What's up? Welcome to another episode of the Tina Parker Show. Happy Halloween! What is up? How are you guys all doing? Are you dressing up today? In the comments, tell me what you're dressing up as. Do you know what I am? Here, let me pull this back. It's hard to tell. I might have to do a little picture of myself after the show, like a full length, and you get a vibe. I am a leopard. Okay, and I had a lot of fun with putting on all these little tattoos. Halloween is fun. I love stepping into your alter ego, maybe your sexy side, your sassy side, your wild side, or maybe your superhero side. I was going to be a superhero. I was thinking about being Superwoman or a cat, like Batman, the Catwoman. But anyway, I thought some of these leopards were cute. I actually ordered the gloves too, these leopard gloves that come up to here. And they sent me some weird silky scarf thing. It's like, this isn't right. So I sent it back and I don't have the gloves. It was going to make the whole thing, it was going to just top it off. But anyway, welcome to my show. Today is day 9. If you're not aware, I'm doing a 30-day elevated glute squat challenge, right? It's supposed to target multiple areas of your legs, your glutes, your hamstrings, your all of the areas, right? And I'm adding weight as I squat, just a dumbbell, but you don't even need that. You're gonna feel it. So you do 100 a day, and see what happens in 30 days. If anything, you build mental strength, because when your legs shaking and you keep pushing through, you're showing yourself that you can do hard things. So I have to remember to look at the camera up here because sometimes I look other places. I'm looking at you. No, I'm like looking at myself, but I have to remember to look at the screen so it looks right on your end. Anyway, um, so every day I'm sharing like an inspiration, something to help with your leadership skills. And if this touches you, today's show, this kind of look funny with all these things on my face. It's just like adding more chaos to my face. Anyway, if someone needs a little pick me up, if they need a little something something, a little fire, send this video to them. Don't forget to subscribe. Today is day 9. Own your fire. Stop borrowing motivation. Motivation dies. So you have to create your own inspiration, your own why, like why you want to do it, so you keep going. Stop borrowing motivation and start building wealth, faith, and freedom. If you're not following me on Instagram to catch all the other things I'm sharing, in these pillars, go to my Instagram. It's at The Real Tina Parker. Facebook is the same. TikTok is at The Real Tina Parker and then 777 because it's a long story. So anyway, you guys ready? Hey, by the way, as we're going along, if you are thinking of something, if you are inspired to share something, a personal story, anything like that, put it in the comments. I would love to, um, learn more about you, connect with you. If you're a business owner, hey, this is a thought. If you're a business owner and you are not sure what's going on has your bank reached out to you yet to tell you what's going on in the world? They should be. I don't know if they are, but they should be. Some of them might be a little nervous to reach out to businesses because, if you don't know, I was in the banking industry for over 20 years. And sometimes when things are a little weird, a little shaky, a little, you're unsure about what's going on, then, and how stable your bank is, because there's a lot of mergers going on, then you might feel like, you know what, I really don't want to share anything. I don't want to go talk to my customers because they, they might have some serious concerns, and I don't know how to address it. So here we go. It's day 9 of our 30-day heel elevated squat challenge. Like I said, if you're not following me on Instagram, you're missing it. And today's message is one I live by, your inner fire. Own your fire, because too many people are waiting for motivation to strike, waiting for a coach, a sign, or a system. We've all been there. Okay, you're not alone. When the truth is, Yahweh, that's his real name, already gave you the spark. You just haven't taken ownership of it yet. You don't need more hype, you need more ownership. So today we're going to talk about how you can own your fire. What does that mean? Okay, in your faith, your fitness, your finances, and your freedom. Let's talk about your faith, okay? Yeah, I think faith, a lot of people, just this little side note, I think people are struggling in the world, they don't know what's real, what's the truth, they're questioning their leadership within their church, within the government, within all these, the media, all of these sectors, right? And I just want to tell you that the good news is that there's some real faith. Faith is increasing, okay? There's a lot of people, they may not be going to a physical building for their faith, their spirituality, but it is growing, okay? If you are questioning your faith within the 4 walls of your church, if you're questioning that in the leadership, I want you to know you can keep following me. I'm a spiritual person. I am strong on faith. If you missed my episode on why I believe in a bigger power, why I know that Yahweh is helping me along the way, and he's helping you too, but you may have lost some discernment because of getting caught up in the chaos, okay? I'm leaning more into my faith. Faith isn't a feeling. And I want you to know that Yahweh gave you fire, not fear. He doesn't want us to fear. He gave us fire, and he wants us to live our life with fire and passion, The truth is that faith isn't a feeling. It's fuel for source, okay? When you stop borrowing belief from others, I will tell you, sometimes when I, in my past, did not believe in myself, I moved and made moves based on the belief that others had in me. So that can be a thing. I just want you to know that. Sometimes it's other people that you are moving for. Like that's your why. But sometimes, there were times in my career where, I had the vice president at the bank say, you should apply for this position. And I was like, I can't get that position. He was like, yes, you can. I believe in you. And so then and I trusted him because he'd never steered me wrong. So, and I would get the position. It was just so crazy, And so sometimes people believe in us before we do. And that's okay. You know what I mean? And over time, as you continue to push through that fear, and you'll grow your own confidence, and you'll know that you have fire. You'll start cultivating it within you, and you will become unstoppable. Your fire dims when you rely on outside validation. You know what? It can kind of in those moments when I question myself, you could be questioning yourself right now. You could be going through a lot of things. Maybe there's a lot of shifts going on in your company, in your family. Maybe you're going through a separation. Maybe you've been divorced. And sometimes we can lose our fire. But when it's okay to rely on someone else to get you through certain seasons, okay? But you just have to keep moving. You can't stop. Just keep moving, and Yahweh will help you through those times, okay? And stay strong in your faith. Even your spiritual validation. So, and after 20 years, I think it was 23 years, I finally left banking, and I was unsure of what my next move was going to be. I mean, I was working on some things, but I didn't have a guarantee pay. I didn't have, I just had this strong belief that I was made for more. I had this strong belief that I could do more because I had done so much at the bank. I was like, why can't I create outside of the bank? Um, so I started listening to new people. I started like reading books, and that kind of helped me change my mentality. And with that fire, I just believed. I believed that there was something more for me. It wasn't in my 9 to 5. And that's how faith works. It doesn't always make sense, but it makes movement. Okay? You just have to keep moving through that fear. Um, Here's some action. Okay, if you're in that spot, or if you're in that, I don't know what to do. Okay, just feed your fire with prayer, gratitude, and silence. That is the biggest thing, is just waking up with gratitude, being grateful even when it's ugly, even when you don't understand what's going on, all of that. Just stay grateful, you know? And if you are in a really dark season, but you're alive, you woke up today. If you're watching this, you woke up today, and that's enough reason to be grateful. I once heard this really cool message from uh, Bradley. He's a mentor and business owner, and uh, has a successful podcast. And he said to someone, I have a question for you. If you couldn't, would you rather have $1 million or you couldn't wake up tomorrow? And they said, well, I'd rather wake up tomorrow. He said, exactly. So why wouldn't you be excited? Just as you would be if you got $1 million. Why wouldn't you be excited that you got another opportunity? You woke up today because so many people didn't. And that was like, right? Amazing. So you have a reason to be grateful. Don't ever think that you don't, okay? Even if you're in a dark season. Fitness, train the flame. Here's the truth. Discipline trains your body and then to follow your spirit. So you just do it, even though pretty soon discipline is like you do it so much that it's just like you could do it with your eyes closed. It just becomes part of your life. You know, this training, this routine, all whatever it is that you're doing. And so you know, just keep doing it. And then pretty soon that it's just like it's who you are. It becomes you. So that's why I like doing these, you know, little challenges. I kind of help. I think it helps people. And when I know when you know, repeat things, it's about repetition of resilience, like overcoming even through difficult times. And fire can fade, you know, without fuel. So you need something inside that gets you excited. You know, maybe it's I want to look better for my husband. Maybe it's I want to look better for me. Maybe it's, you know, you have a trip you're going to be going on and you want to look great for it, you know, whatever. Maybe it's for your kids because you want to be a great leader and show up as your best self for your children and your grandchildren, you know, and generations after that. You want them to say, my mom, my nana, my whatever, you know, amazing. They're amazing. They proved to me that I could do these things because they did it. So you know, here's, you know, if you ever start a workout tired, but in the end you feel stronger than you expected, that's your inner fire waking up. When I first started going to the gym, ever, okay, I was close to 40, and I remember days that I just did not want to go, but I went anyway. And I remember walking down, I was at Lifetime Fitness, and I remember days that I would be walking down the stairs. And right as I would get to the top where you'd start walking down, I remember thinking, I remember these moments thinking, I feel so good that I did this. Like I I did it. It's done. You know what I mean? Like boom. And it changed the way I saw, you know, I just always remembered. And then the mornings that I didn't want to go, I would remember, okay, remember how you felt after you did it last time? I would just have those little reminders. Anyway, it's now I work out every single day. I don't not work out unless, you know, something major has happened. But other than that, I go work out every day. Even if it's for you, maybe it's just a 20-minute walk, but you've got to move your body every day, okay? Just so you're training yourself that you know that you do it it's just part of your life, you know? Every squat, every push, every rep says, I own this energy. It doesn't own me. Okay? So approach every workout like a spiritual act. You know, your body is proof of your persistence. That's how, I mean, making it part of my life, making it part of who I am, that's how I lost 50 pounds, you know? And you can do that too. I just want you to know that. Okay, let's talk about finances. I believe we need our own income because at any moment, even if you're married and your spouse, you know, is working, a lot of times people need dual income, okay? But I will tell you, at any moment, you can't always just rely on a husband. You know, if he's a multimillionaire and you have your own money, and if anything happened to him, you have enough money that you'd be taken care of. Fine. Be a housewife, you know, do do that because I think that's a very important job. But I honestly believe most women, okay, the majority of women don't have, if they are relying on their husband's income, I think it's important for women to have and create leadership skills, to have fire, to lean into their feminine energy, to be able to know that you can, if anything happened, I can survive. I I can do great because I'm building these skills, I'm earning my own income, whatever it is for you, okay? But I believe we should always work on our skills, work on our bodies, working on ways that we can earn income, okay? Or that we are going to have our own income. So turn passion into prosperity. Your fire has financial value. Guys, I have to remember that too. You can't pray for overflow while playing small. The same energy that drives your purpose can build your paycheck when directed wisely. That is so important, huh? You know, some of these messages, honestly, you guys, I need them too. I need these reminders, just like you. Um, Back when I was working at the bank, you know, I would see people with amazing ideas, and I see them now. I see them online, you know, now that we have social media. I see people doing all these incredible things. Um, and I know that one day, you know, in the beginning, they were afraid to start, but they did it anyway. They felt it in their heart that they were made for more, you know? So they did it scared. They did it without, you know, 100% guarantee. But they knew they had to try. Um, at first they didn't see their fire, you know? It's just so crazy. And then as you get going and you start getting those confirmations, those wins, I believe that's when that fire just starts burning brighter and brighter. And it's almost like you become unstoppable. That happened for me. And as I'm reading this and I'm just thinking to myself and remembering past situations, that's what grew my fire, was doing things that I didn't know if it would work and doing them anyway. And over time, the results came, you know? So I just want you to know that you can monetize your unique skills, whether it's in faith, fitness, finances, all of it is energy, you know, and it's transfers. So start treating your ideas like assets. What ideas do you have? You know, because there's going to be a day, honestly, ladies, that your husband might, or that when your kids, if you have children and you're taking care of them, there's going to be a day that they grow up and they're gone. And I know I experienced that. And it was like, now what? You know, that empty nester feeling is kind of bizarre. And so you want to be able to have something that you can create that's your own outside of your children. So just track things, write them down. Anything that excites you, anything that moves you or inspires you. take note of those things because that might be your gift. What are you passionate about? That's how you can own your fire financially. Let's talk about freedom. It's so undervalued. Direct your energy, don't drain it. So freedom is about boundaries too. If you keep pouring fire into people who can't hold your light, you'll burn out instead of breaking through. The people around you are huge. There are snakes. Yeah, I said it. There's going to be snakes in your life, and it could even be family members. Okay? And they might, you know, not believe in you. They might think you're crazy. They might have all these things, negative things to say. They might not encourage you. And so it's important that we get around people that empower us, that believe in us, that build us up, that say, you can do it. You can do anything you want. Okay? You want to be hanging around those people so you can have your breakthroughs. You don't want them to crush your dreams. I call them dream killers. So every time you say yes to the wrong thing, you're saying no to your next level. Giving your energy to clients, relationships, and opportunities that didn't align, it's not worth it. And as you're talking to people and as you're building, you're going to have people that say no. So go for the no because eventually you're going to get the yes, right? I got a lot of no's. I got a lot of people that just, I used to cold call a lot. I'm going to start just calling people again. I'm going to have fun with that. Calling people and just seeing what's going on in their life and see how things are going with their business. Just, I think a lot of people are going through things, so it'd be good to connect with people regardless. And if they say they don't want to talk to me, great. You know what I mean? Great. I'll talk to the ones that want to talk to me. And I hope you do the same. So if it doesn't feed my faith, my fuel, or my fire, or expand my freedom, it's no. And I hope you do the same. Anything that doesn't fire you up in those areas, or even people, it's a no. Okay? Audit your energy. Where is your fire leaking? Where are the holes? It's like a boat with holes. You'll drown. It's like holding you back from flying. Your fire is sacred. Don't waste it trying to light people who are committed to the dark. Don't apologize for being passionate, disciplined, or direct. You get to own it, direct it, and protect that energy. Protect your fire. If today's message lit your spirit, okay, if you felt a little something inside of you, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube at Tina Parker TV. And you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at The Real Tina Parker. This is where faith meets fire, fitness builds fortitude, and finance fuels freedom. Comment below, I own my fire, if you're done dimming out your light to fit small spaces. All right? Let's see if we have any messages. Nope, not today. Well, I appreciate you joining, and I hope you have a fun Halloween with your family, with your friends. Are you dressing up? What are you going to be? I'd love to connect. Have a great day.